Today is Saturday, May 9th, 10:17 p.m. I want to talk through what makes a drawing feel buildable, and starting out with clear dimensions. So in plans, it is crucial to have easy to understand measurements, enough dimensions to build from, and consistent spacing. So with measurements, there are kind of different styles, different designers or architects use, in which there's center alignment or face-to-face alignment. I usually go with face-to-face, but if you want kind of general or kind of simpler dimensions and less dimensions, you'd go with center alignment. So if we're placing a window on a wall, we'd center it to the window. So having the measurement centered to the window and then face to the face of the wall of the exterior, so that it would be easy to coordinate with the general contractors to where to place the window during framing, rather than kind of including like three or two different dimensions. So like face of the window and then face of the exterior wall, and then using the other face to coordinate to the other kind of element, which is where the alignment goes, where the placement of the window goes. And moving on, constructible details. So realistic wall assemblies, clear connections, material transitions make sense. So with realistic material wall assemblies, it's kind of having understanding of both that a general contractor or whoever will be developing this project has the understanding of how to kind of create this wall essentially. But if there's like miscommunication or anything like that, it would the general contractor would essentially refer back to you or ask questions. So it's kind of construction administration. So in a way, that's why there's kind of construction administration in firms, etc. Moving on, coordination. Plans match sections/elevations, structural elements align, openings are consistent. So consistency is very crucial throughout kind of the construction set, because you don't want confusion between different elements in the set. Like if there's, for example, if we're using dimensions as we talked about, if we're using center alignment rather than end to end, so it has to reflect throughout the existing, like throughout the whole plan. And then moving on to clarity, readable annotations, organized sheets, logical layout of information. Organization is very important when it comes down to sheets. So having everything listed correctly on the sheets, kind of organized throughout, starting out with like a cover sheet and ending with, depending on what project it is, on like notes or anything like details. So organization is very important. Then moving on to real world thinking, some of the questions we need to ask when we're developing these plans can, like, first question, can someone actually build this? Does the structure make sense? Are materials realistically layered? So when constructing this plan, we need to understand that we need to kind of think in real world thinking rather than conceptual kind of design, in which I think a lot of students are kind of developing these conceptual projects in a way that are still kind of in universities or anything like that. They stick to kind of conceptual rather than real world buildable plans. So that's something we need to kind of focus on, is on real world thinking. And ending off with biggest thing I'm starting to notice, buildable drawings feel intentional. Everything connects together logically. So connecting back everything. So real world thinking, clarity, coordination, constructible details, clear dimensions. All of these kind of conclude into what I'm noticing. Everything should connect together logically. And buildable drawings feel intentional rather than, as I said, conceptual. That's it.